As you can see, I've got a new room. Anyways, I'm just doing some studying. This is pretty much just a study sesh. Let's see. So this is the important and yeah. Let's see. I think I got all the notes on that one. This. I have so many damn. Okay, this one should be parts of the brain. Yeah. Trying to find all my study papers here so I can show you all of them, because this one's for the class I haven't finished yet, because this is going to be my big test. Hi. Hello, peoples. Welcome to the study sesh, I guess. I mean, it's not really anything fun here. Let's see. Yep, learning science. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys. Oh my gosh. Ah, yes. Charlie. King Charlie is hiding right now. But if I move my chair, King Charlie's over there. Charlie. Come here, Charlie. Come on, Charbagua. Charlie doesn't want to come out of hiding right now, but he's on the bed. So welcome to my study session. This is neuroscience. Like, that's just one page. Yeah, of course, he's always hiding. Charlie, come here. Come on. Oh, Charlie, come on. Come on, Charlie. There's Charlie. Charlie, say hi. You gonna wave? Charlie, say hi. Charlie. Barlie. Come here. Come here. Okay, he's just gonna stay right there. Because apparently he don't want to come out anymore where he's sitting. Oh, damn. Okay. So Charlie's in the background. Anyways, so this is my learning science page. So this one is learners and learning science. It's basically part of the basics to education. So I have to learn how the brain develops and works in order to teach. So like there's neuromyths. My favorite neuromyth is because you also have neuromyths too. I would have to say my favorite would be the myth of, I'm going to butcher the name of this, tabula rasa. It proposes that the human mind is empty at birth without inborn knowledge or tendencies. It's actually a myth. It's been proven that it's incorrect. But it is one of my favorite neuromyths. Charlie. Oh, did you lay down? Charlie's laying down. Here, I'll sit over here so you guys can see Charlie. Sure. Here's a shout out to Nick. Happy birthday. And I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on, y'all, so I'm trying to read at the same time. So yeah, there's different neuromyths. Like there's the myth of multitasking and like brain cramming. And well, here's Charlie. Charlie. There he is. He's gonna come over here. Come here, Charlie. No, it's a cat. Charlie's a cat. Charlie. Yeah, he's a cat. Come here, Charlie. Good boy. He's a tiny little guy. Aren't you, Charlie? Meow. He's got a tiny little meow. I don't really have a set religion. So I kind of don't. I just kind of go with the flow, y'all. Like, so it is a pentacle. Pentacles and pentagrams are different. The circle around a pentagram makes it a pentacle, which is a symbol of protection. In most cultures, the pentagram is just the 5-point star. And thank you. Charlie, you gonna get up on the desk? Charlie. Come on. Come here, Charlie. Let's see. But yeah, so here's the other half of what I'm learning, y'all. Because I have so much to learn. Oh, here comes Charlie. Never mind. Charlie said no. Charlie does not want to be up here. Ah, here it is. Good Lord. Yeah, I am. And there's my... This is the cognitivism theory. And it's just a bunch of interesting... It changes the focus from behavior to what's happening inside the brain. That's why it's one of my favorites. I mean, honestly, right now the U.S. is just kind of bleh. But, like, that's just my opinion. I live here, so in my opinion, it's kind of bleh right now. Normally it's pretty great. Charlie! Charlie, you've taken up residence in front of the camera. Are you gonna sit there? Charlie! Charlie's the star of the show now. Apparently I don't get to speak. Hi! Are you gonna lay down? Charlie! I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all have to... Oh, okay, Charlie. Okay. Have you gotten your... Charlie! Pick a direction, buddy. Yes, I know you're cute. I know. You're adorable. You're absolutely adorable, Charlie. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. We ain't good right now. Oh, Charlie! Jesus! Well, good night. Charlie! Wait. This is what it's like living with a cat, y'all. Charbagua. Could you stop hitting everything? Jesus! Ah! Okay. So Charlie's just going to keep hitting things with his tail. Because apparently this is what we're doing. This is why I can't get anything done. And yes, that is his tail. It is thumping against this container I have on my desk. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. Charlie's trying to run the show here. He's even purring about it. Is this the Charlie show now? Apparently this is the Charlie show. Anyways, while he's doing his thing, I'm going to show you guys my other stuff. So this is behaviorism. It's another learning theory. It shows how children learn by making the connection in their brain between what they already know and what they are learning. Then we have constructivism. This one's fun. So this one emphasizes active learning, student-centered instruction, and construction of knowledge through personal experience. This is part of the Montessori learning. I actually want to teach at a Montessori school. I would love to teach at one. So that's what I'm going to look into once I get my teaching degree, is to teach at a Montessori school, which would be fun. Then, of course, on my next study thing I have, it's the shift from behaviorism to constructivism in education. So behaviorism to constructivism is student-centered educational approach, and it emphasizes active learning, social collaboration, and meaningful application of knowledge. So whatever they're learning, they're able to make the connection between what they're learning and what they already know, and being able to apply it in different settings. And then we have the information processing theory. This goes along with cognitivism, which is my second favorite. The elaboration in this helps move information from working memory to LTM, which is long-term memory. The information processing theory, of course, equals cognitivism. And cognitivism focuses on understanding the mental process. So basically how the brain works and how it moves knowledge from long-term, or from different parts of the memory to help retain it. And Charlie's still going with his tail, y'all. Charlie Barlie. Okay, that's just the key terms. I'm gonna move that over here. And then, of course, I got my pre-assessment down. Just because it has a lot of the stuff I need to review for my final. Charlie, would you stop trying to eat the paper? I'm sorry, y'all. He is trying to eat my dang old paper. Charlie. I'm trying to pull out all my sticky notes so I can share these with you guys. And Charlie's making this 12 times more difficult. And it needs to be. Damn it. Good thing I'm more than a minute in. Or, good thing I'm pretty much really into the stream. Try not to cuss so much. But damn it! Sometimes my lovely cat child makes things a lot more difficult than they need to be. Charlie, I love you, but would you stop? You are literally making a mess. Oh my gosh. No, I swear, I love this cat to death. Mother Hubbard on a biscuit. Oh, that hurt like a butt cheek on a stick. Charlie, would you frickin' stop? Y'all, I don't normally lose my damn patience, but this cat is making me lose my temper today. Okay, so now that I've got that, Charlie, so help me goodness, if you don't stop wagging your tail, I'm gonna kick it. Okay, so here's my sticky notes. I know you guys can't, there we go. So that's one of them. And that one's for interleaving, which is a part of the retrieval practice stage. And this one is infants learn to rely on caregivers for basic needs Inconsistency causes mistrust, suspicion, or anxiety about their environment. That is in the infant-toddler stage of development, which is the trust versus mistrust stage. And when you don't have a safe environment for those students or that child, what you're doing is you're actually stunting their growth, if you did not know that. So yeah, if you're not consistently meeting that kid or toddler's needs, you're actually stunting their growth and development. Because if they don't feel safe, they'll stop developing and they'll stop growing the way they should. I don't know everything about this. I know there's scientists that have studied this as well, which is why it's part of being important for teaching education. So you know this. Charlie, please. But yeah. So there's your interesting fact for the day, I guess. Charlie Barlie, would you stop? Yeah, he is driving me up a dang wall. He's like taking up half my desk. Y'all hear this? He's purring. He's content with himself right now. Okay, so here's learning techniques. So we have encoding, storage, and retrieval. These basically are the stages of... Yep, lost that train of thought. Good gravy on a bicycle. Okay, I was trying not to read from the paper. I'm gonna have to, because I lost my train of thought. Okay. So encoding is the process of initially processing and inputting information into memory. The second stage is storage, and it involves maintaining and organizing information over time in memory over time. Then retrieval is the process of accessing and recalling the stored information from memory. And then we have different techniques on how to help do that. That's pretty much what this is, and it's a whole packet in and of itself. Charlie, for the love of All Might, would you stop hitting everything with your butt? Dude. It's not that serious, dude. You can stop. Okay. So actually that is actually one of the myths of neuroscience. The comparison of our brain to a computer, it really oversimplifies the complexities of our brain. So it's actually part of the neuromyths, if you did not know that. So that's why a lot of people stopped comparing the brain to a computer, because it actually isn't. In a way it's true, but it like oversimplifies it. So let me see if I can find it actually, because I have it on my paper. Aha, here it is. Neuromyth number 4. The brain is a computer. Myth. The brain is a computer. In studying the brain's complexity, comparing the brain to a computer has been a common framework, offering a simple way to understand its functions. This comparison is rooted in humans' creation of computers to mimic the brain's process. This leads to a circular argument where we attempt to explain the brain by relating it to a creation designed to imitate the brain itself. While initially helpful in understanding and connecting with prior knowledge, this comparison becomes limiting when taken too far. So, yeah, it's actually a neuromyth, if you did not know that. It's one of the more common neuromyths. That's why a lot of people stopped comparing the brain to a computer, because it pretty much limits the complexity of the neurons, the synapses, all that of the brain. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And like I said, my favorite neuromyth is tabula rasa, which basically is the brain is pretty much born without any knowledge, which is untrue. And that is a TV downstairs, of course. Then I wanted to show you guys something really cool. This was an assignment I did. If I can find it. So I had to come up with a teaching technique. So the scenario, I'm going to give you a little rundown. The scenario is a kindergarten math class. Students are learning basic addition and subtraction. However, they can't grasp the concept of it. They have a difficulty understanding that adding means putting together and subtraction means taking away. So my instructional technique, I use the CRA, which is the... Charlie, could you please move? No, that is not the technique. It's the concrete representational abstract, and its approach is a system of learning that uses physical and visual aids to build their understanding of abstract topics. Students are introduced to a new mathematical concept through the use of concrete resources like base 10 block. Charlie, nobody wants to see that. Base 10 blocks, fraction bars, and etc. Solving problems with the physical aids they're given through pictures. So, yeah, he does all the time. So in the first stage, this is where I would break this up. So in the first stage, which is the concrete stage, where they touch and see, using math manipulatives like counters, base 10 blocks, and bear counters would be helpful to represent addition and subtraction. So I'm going to model this for you guys, even though you all are smart enough to know this. So I'm going to pretend these are my counters. I have 4 pencils. And I would model taking 2 away. 4 minus 2 is 2. So I would take these 2 and put them over here. And I'd be left with these 2. So basically that is how I would model for the students how to do it. So I'd give them the written problem, the materials they need to model it, and then put 2 and 2 together and get them to solve it. Then the second stage of this technique is the representation stage. I would have them draw out the issues. I would have them use tally marks to represent numbers and have them add or cross out tally marks to represent the problem. So that's how I would do that. I would ensure that each number is a different color so students can see the difference or the sum between 2 numbers. So like I would have like 2 pink pencils, 2 blue pencils. You know, you put 2 and 2 together, you have 4 pencils, you know. And then the next stage is the abstract phase, where I would have the students write out the equations and solutions normally, without visual representation. Then I would test the students to see if my technique worked and adjust it. So yeah, that's how I would teach them to understand basic addition and subtraction, which I thought was pretty cool. Let's see. I have so many packets, y'all. Oh my goodness. Like, y'all, there's so many. I'm trying to find. So this was the chart that goes along with the stages of development in the brain. So I'll keep this one out because I'm going to show you this one. So this one's the psychological development theory. So from birth to a year old, which is 12 months, they're in the trust versus mistrust stage. So they need comfort and safety, and you need to provide love, care, and food. If you don't meet that consistently, they're going to mistrust you, which stunts their growth and development in literally the first months to year of life. And then from ages 1 to 3, they are in autonomy versus shame and doubt stage. So basically this is the stage where they go, I do it. They're like, no, I do it. I do it myself. And so they insist on doing things on their own, like feeding themselves, dressing themselves. This is where the kids get the funny outfits from when they try and dress themselves. I'm going to give you a short, funny story. I actually tried to dress myself when I was like 3 or 4, and my shirt was on backwards, my pants were the wrong color, and I had like 5 fashion accessories that did not go with the outfit. And then ages 3 through 6 is the initiative versus guilt stage. So they explore things, they try new things, and they ask a lot of questions. This is the why stage. That's what I call it. I call it the why, because during that stage of development, all you're going to get is why, how, why. So I call that the why stage, because that is going to be most of the questions you get. And then ages 6 through 12 is the industry versus inferiority. Their intellectual curiosity, school performance, they need a lot of positive reinforcement, and to avoid undue competition or criticism. And then ages 12 through 19. Technically, this is currently the stage I am in. Identity versus role confusion. Develop sense of self influenced by others' reactions. Peers are more important than parents or teachers. Social role models, and figuring out what they want to do after high school. So that is the psychological development theory. The next theory is and I'm going to butcher this person's name on accident. I believe it's Piaget? Cognitive development theory. So ages birth through 2, they're in the sensory motor stage. So reflexive or active, like sucking their thumb, grabbing, looking, listening, crawling, an object permanence, which means they're learning that things, even if they can't see them, they still exist. Ages 2 through 7 is the pre-operational stage. Play and pretend, symbolic thinking. Their language develops, forms many new schemes. Egocentrism. Their focus is on themselves and how they feel. And their centration, which focuses on one aspect at a time. They can't handle more than one. Ages 7 through 11 is the concrete operational. Need concrete hands-on experiences, mental reversal, like balloons can inflate and deflate. Sorting, classifying, conservation, that's in that stage. And then ages 12 and up, which is the higher order thinking and reasoning, which is formal operational stage. Abstract thinking, critical thinking, hypothesize, predict, metaphors, mental manipulations, and systematic problem solving. So, that one is actually interesting. I do have a little bit of knowledge on that. Not much, because I'm still in the beginning stages. But in a lot of the prefrontal cortex, which is your decision-making, emotional, able to manage your emotions. We grab the page. Let me find it. Let's see. Because I know I have it. Aha. Okay. So, basically, most of your disabilities, not a good portion, affect the prefrontal cortex. Now, some of them do affect other parts of the brain, because if you look at brain scans, people with ADHD, depression, different parts of their brain are lit up further than a normal person's brain, or a person without that condition. So, in the prefrontal cortex, your executive function is in there. So the prefrontal cortex plays a crucial role in decision-making, impulse control, and emotional regulation. People with autism, ADHD, and other types of, I guess you could say, neurodivergence, for lack of a better term right now, that pretty much doesn't work. It kind of just said, It's like, I'm here, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And so this is where your attention span is and all of that. So when that's messed up, you wind up with conditions like autism, ADHD, and those coincide. And the interesting part is, if you look at some disabilities or neurodivergence, they coincide with other issues. Like ADHD has some of the same symptoms as autism and depression and anxiety disorders. Like, it's like a circle. They all have coinciding symptoms, and so it's hard to tell what's what. But if I can find this paper, y'all, I can better explain this for you. But I don't know where I put it, and now I'm a little upset at myself. Let's see. Yep, OCD is on there too, actually, for neurodivergence. The prefrontal cortex is also affected by, the OCD actually does affect your prefrontal cortex and your executive function. If you did not know that. Feel free to fact check me, because I may have gotten that backwards. So, like I said, feel free to fact check me, because I don't know everything. And I might be very wrong on that. I don't know why I cannot find this, y'all, because I just had it. Like, there goes me losing things again. Apparently I can't keep my life together here long enough to do this. Okay. I know, I literally saw it. Y'all are watching me spiral in real time, y'all. Like, because I literally fucking had it. I saw it. And it was like, it was there, and now it's not. Like, what the fuck? Okay, here's what I was looking for. So the executive function is the set of mental skills that help individuals plan, focus their attention, and remember instructions successfully. So when this is disrupted because of neurodivergence, you are pretty much set behind most of your peers. Like, you are like all the way back here and they're all the way up here, and you're going, what am I doing? So neurodiversity can affect the executive function. It's not always a problem for all neurodivergent conditions, but for some of them it is. Executive function is located in your prefrontal cortex. It is literally your entire prefrontal cortex, which has been proven. If you have ADHD, or I believe it's autism, your prefrontal cortex is pretty much delayed for 10 years. So, as they say, the normal person's brain is fully developed at the age of 25. My brain won't fully develop until I'm 35. I have a 10-year delay on my prefrontal cortex, thanks to neurodivergence. So, yeah. And that's going to be next term and stuff, is my, some of my classes that I need to be able to teach, special education. But if I could find this paper, y'all, I literally had it so I could, like, freaking show it to you. Okay, here we go. That's variety. No, that's embodied mind. Where is it? Yo, oh, here it is. Okay. I had it in my hand the whole time. Y'all, I've got hiccups so bad. Okay. Neurodiversity. The concept that neurological variations should be recognized and respected can significantly impact executive function and learning. It emphasizes that neurological differences, such as those associated with conditions like autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and other cognitive variations, are natural and an aspect of human variety. So, understanding these, basically it helps you teach better and understand, especially if you have one of those conditions. It helps you better understand. But yeah, So autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and other cognitive, I guess you could say disabilities, because I'm not sure if ADHD and dyslexia are considered a disability rather than just a neurodivergence. I don't know. But yeah. Thank you. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to read about that stuff. Especially because I have ADHD myself, and that's pretty much a very obvious fact about me. So learning this stuff is actually helping me come to terms with my ADHD as well, and helping me understand how I can teach while dealing with my ADHD. It's really, really cool. But yeah, thanks for joining my live, y'all. I'm gonna get going, but I might do another one tomorrow.